What's going on, y'all? Today is a very special episode as we interview one of our amazing clients, Melinda, who's down 100 pounds with us and continuing to maintain and build on that. And Melinda was someone who had tried every diet you can think of. She tried the Weight Watchers, she tried all the diets that I'm sure a lot of you have tried, only to be dissatisfied and left really frustrated when they didn't pan out long term. So, in this episode, you're going to find out what diet we use to help Melinda drop 100 pounds and keep it off forever. And I guarantee you it's not what you're expecting. So, hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. All right, Melinda. So good
Yes,
to see you. Thank you so much for hopping on, talking about your experience with us. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, like I'm inspired by what you've accomplished. Obviously, I'm going to let you talk about that, but I know a lot of other people will be inspired by what you've accomplished and continue to accomplish. So, tell me a little about, before you joined us, where were you at physically and mentally?
So I was pretty much at my lowest point. I would say rock bottom. I was physically over 300 pounds, about 311. I got to my highest weight I'd ever been. I just lost my mom. I ended a marriage of 23 years and became an empty nester, like all within the span of like 6 months. So it took me a minute to gain some footing, but I found some of your videos online and then decided to pull the trigger and talk to Katie and just decided to put myself first. I mean, that's where I was like mentally and physically. I was just done. I needed to be me again and put myself first.
Yeah, yeah. What all had you tried before joining?
Everything. Spent so much money on prepared meals and that were gross and just different programs, Weight Watchers, the P90X, all that, all the exercise stuff, all the meal stuff, and it just never stuck. Nothing ever stuck. I would maybe make it 2, 3 weeks, tried keto, tried Atkins, all of it. I've done it all. Nothing ever stuck until this program.
Wow. And so, what was the most frustrating part of trying all those things and trying so hard and not seeing lasting results?
It made me feel like a failure. Like, it just made me feel worse. Every time I would try something and fail, it just made me feel worse about myself, really. Like, I just couldn't stick to anything. I thought I was the problem.
So, at that point, you were starting to have some beliefs about yourself. So, like you were the problem. Any other beliefs that were starting to happen?
Um, I didn't feel worthy. Like, I didn't feel, I don't know how to say it. Just, I felt small. Like, that was, that came a lot from the marriage as well, just feeling small and not worthy of putting myself first.
So you had been struggling for a while. You had that traumatic event of a relationship ending, a long term relationship. You were trying a whole bunch of stuff to get results and not seeing the results you wanted. And then you run
Mhm,
across our stuff online,
mhm.
and we get into conversation, starts to kind of talk about what that looks like. What made you hesitate before joining, if anything?
Just, um, again, just getting in that mindset of putting myself first. Like, could I do it? Could I do another thing? And money's always a factor when you're on your own and trying to make life work. But um, yeah, just pulling that trigger and like, you know what? I'm gonna make it work because this is my life. I want the rest of my life to be the best part of my life, and I deserve it.
Mm,
So it really was like talking to Katie was like that last trigger where she just made me feel so seen.
wonderful. So, what surprised you most once you got inside of the program?
How much it wasn't about a diet and how much it was about what's in my head. Like, that's what surprised me the most, and how much I get emotional. How much support I had and felt like I had and still have.
Mm. What felt different compared to other programs that you tried in the past?
Um, this one felt less like a diet or a diet plan or it was more I felt cared about. Like I said, I felt seen and it felt personal to me and I knew it felt like something I could do the rest of my life because I needed to do it the rest of my life. I wasn't just going to give up this time.
So it felt livable, like something you could
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I could make it part of my life. It wasn't a diet, and that was the thing that my coach and everyone talked about from the first. This isn't a diet. It's not about restriction. It's about living and making it part of your life.
How would you describe our coaching style in your own words?
Um, Personalized, very personalized. Like I can text my coach. I have her number. Like she texts me randomly throughout the week and just she knows me and she helps me see things that I don't see in myself. So it's very personalized.
What do you think people on the outside misunderstand about what this program actually is?
Um, they misunderstand. I guess again, it's not about a diet. It's about um, learning about yourself and how to be happy. I don't know. It makes me happy. So it's not, it just doesn't feel like a diet plan. It just makes me feel happy.
So it sounds like, people might assume that it's like most programs, which is like macros and
Yeah.
meal plans.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a lot more than that. Yeah.
But that's the most basic part of it.
Hmm.
I mean, that's yes, it's about macros and it's about exercise, but that's the like the very basic part of it. It's so much more when you think about all the support you get with the community calls and the mindset Mondays and the coaching. It's so much more than just a diet program.
What physical changes have you noticed since starting?
Besides the 100 pounds lost,
It's a good place to start. Yeah.
um, much much more endurance. I just physically feel so much better. I get out and hike. I can walk into town instead of drive into town. I choose to go on walks instead of driving sometimes. Just physically feeling so much better. Up and down stairs. I can get up off the floor without holding on to things now. Like before, I was just so immobile and so stuck. Um, just physically 1,000% better. I know I still have a ways to go. I'm not done. I'm still in the middle. But yeah, so much better.
So we're down 100 pounds total. We're doing things we weren't doing before. We're walking. We're getting up and down off the floor without holding on to something. So that's the physical, changes we've seen. Who are you now that you weren't before?
Oh my gosh. I'm very different. You can ask my kids. I have two grown boys and they're just so proud of like what they see me becoming. I'm so much more confident in myself. I was never confident. I was quiet. I was shy. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard. But now I'm just like even doing this phone call, like I wouldn't have done this before. I couldn't have done this before. I didn't feel like I deserved it. But yeah, definitely so much more confidence in my life. It's amazing. Before I didn't like to even like look in the mirror. Now I like who I see. I'll stand in front of the mirror. I'll say how good I look in that outfit. I'm like, I look good. I'm happy. Very confident.
So would you say you talk to yourself differently than you did before?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that self-talk is a lot different. I don't put myself down anymore as much. There's days. I'll always have days.
Yeah. That voice is a little quieter, it sounds like.
Definitely.
You mentioned your children. Has this impacted, how you show up in motherhood at all?
I think so, because I feel like, um, I can be a better example for them, um, and just showing that self-respect part. Um, they're both boys, and I think it's important to show them how to love themselves and to also find that same confidence. So it's definitely helped me be a better example for them.
I love that, and it sounds like you're slaying dragons so they don't have to. And
I try.
do you feel confident that what you've achieved here is sustainable long term?
Absolutely. Yeah. I like I said, I have my days, I have my moments. It's been a slow couple months with the weight going up and down, but at the same time, like before I would have been like, "Oh, screw it, I'm done," and just stuffed my face. But um, my coach has stayed right there with me, helped me adjust, and helped me get back to basics. And we're gonna keep moving forward. So there's ups and downs, but yeah, it's definitely sustainable. Definitely feel like this is I can see this as this is my life. It's just what it is now.
Mm. What would you say to the woman who's watching this who keeps telling herself, "I'll do this later"?
Just do it now. Later's not worth it. Just get started. Ah, I waited and waited and waited my whole life. I'm 50 now. I could have been enjoying life so much sooner. Um, just do it. It's so worth it.
What would you say to someone who's really scared but knows they need this?
You're not alone. I still get scared, but we have so much support in this program. Um, so many people you can reach out to, so many friends that I made, especially from the retreat, that I still talk to. We still text. It's just, it's an amazing community. You're not alone. So you don't have to be scared.
Hmm. Love that. Well, Melinda, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for giving us some insight into your journey here. I mean, obviously, it's one thing coming from Kate and I to talk about what we do. It's a whole other thing for someone in it to talk about their real experience. So, really
Yeah.
appreciate your time. Really appreciate you coming on here, and I know a lot of people will be inspired from this. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed this interview. Those of you who have watched all the way through, I'm sure a lot of you could relate with what Melinda was experiencing prior to working with us, the frustration, the hopelessness, the skepticism, all warranted. But now she's in a much, much better place and she's going to stay there. That's the best part. So if you're somebody who is struggling, you've been struggling for a while, you've been trying to white knuckle this on your own, and it's really hard for you to ask for help, I can tell you all these women felt the exact same way you do about raising their hand courageously and getting support. And so if that's you and you want this to last forever and you're tired of struggling, you're tired of not being present with your family because of how much this is taking up your mental bandwidth, and you want this to become autonomous and truly self-sufficient, backed by skills and psychology-backed approaches, click the link below. It's right there. You can apply now. We do have limited spots. We'll get on a call. We'll talk about what that looks like for you. No pressure. If it makes sense, great. We'll move forward, kick butt together. If not, we'll point in the right direction. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.